I'm Sharon Bill. Welcome to my Music Theory Tuition series where I work with you step by step through the ABRSM Discovering Music Theory grades. I'll work through every single exercise and explain everything you need to know. You can access information about the books I have available to help you on my website. Go to sharonbill.com. For advert-free and longer lessons, you can become a patron at patreon.com/SharonBill. If you can give me a like, that would be super, and please do subscribe to my channel to stay updated. You can support this channel by buying me a coffee at buymeacoffee.com/SharonBill. Let's press on now to page 45 of the Grade 3 Discovering Music Theory workbook. And we're moving on to chapter 8, looking at terms and signs, and we're looking at Italian terms. And do bear in mind that in addition to knowing these new performance directions, we also need to remember grades 1, 2 and 3. It's a cumulative, so it's everything you've learned in grade 1 and grade 2 plus this new material. And so we're going to get lots of opportunity and we do need lots of revision. So I thought it would be helpful to perhaps give you a clue on how to work at remembering all of these terms. And my suggestion in all of the previous grades and still now at this grade is to colour code thematically and to group thematically all of the different terms. And so, for example, the new term sforzando, which means forced and accented, I would group that with the grade 1 accent symbol that looks like that, and then you've got the grade 2 sort of super accent, as it were. And for example, you could also use things like look at the root words or look at different ways of remembering all of these different terms. And in many respects, the sillier that you are in remembering these, finding really bizarre associations, it really helps to make it more memorable. And so for me, this sforzando, it's kind of like an onomatopoeic kind of like a push, like an accent. You sort of accent your mouth as you say it. So it's kind of, that's what makes sense to me. Andantino, it just makes me laugh, this one. It's sort of like hedging your bets, because we know that andante is kind of a medium walking pace. And so I would definitely group this with that and so colour code it. But it could be slightly faster. That's usually what it means, but it's sometimes used to mean slightly slower as well. So it's kind of andante-ish, one way or the other. So prestissimo, well, if you think about presto, we know that from a previous grade as fast. Whereas the issimo, we know issimo means times, more. Like fortissimo is very loud, so it's like extra. Pianissimo is very quiet, so the issimo kind of adds extra, as it were. So presto plus issimo, we get the very. It sort of increases it. Looking at the root words here, so agitato, it's nice and easy to see, agitated. You can see that root word in the language. Animato, animated. Now con is as a linking word. So you could group that separately just as a linking word. You're going to come across that repeatedly as a linking word. And then the force with force. So that's not a massive stretch to revise that, I don't think. Here we can see the root word with energetic. Now this giocoso, this is where I start to get a little bit silly, because to me it's sort of like a giggly sort of sound, which helps me to remember that it's playful and merry. Leggero, sometimes if nothing springs to mind, you're going to just have to do a little bit of revision. And so if that doesn't make utter sense to you. Maestoso, I just think it sounds like a very majestic sounding word anyway. It's very grand, maestoso. Marcato, if you think kind of marked, you're marking it out, like with a marker pen. You're accenting, you're emphasising it. So that's the way I think about that. Pesanta, that's perhaps not so easy. Perhaps we're just going to have to remember that. However, risoluto, if you think like resolute, if you're resolute about something, you know, you're strongly firm about it, it's bold and strong. The same here. I use this in the same way as I perhaps do giocoso. It's like playful joking, so I would definitely group those together. Here, semplice, I sort of just recognise this PL. It's the impl. So, you know, it's impl, simple. Just that's the way my brain works. Sostenuto, again, that it's just got kind of like a lingering sound. It sounds sustained. You may find other ways. This is just my suggestion. Perhaps your brain is a bit more logical than mine. I just find these abstract ways of remembering the words helpful. So tranquillo. So, you know, it's tranquil, which helps us to remember that it's calm. Triste, tristamenta. That makes sense to me. I think there's sort of a French link there. So, you know, find a way. Ben, you know, good, well. That makes good sense to me. Prima, think about a ballerina. Prima ballerina first. Sempre, always, not so easy. But similarly, as it were. And then subito. Now that just sounds as it is, suddenly, subito. So, you know, find different ways. Do go ahead and sort of revise it, cover it over, test yourself, group it thematically with all of the previous grades so that you'll have different sections. So you could put marcato with sforzando maybe, or whatever makes sense to you, whatever best makes sense to you, colour code it, sort of grab in friends or family members to test you, to help you to revise and play those word games. If I just grab a scrap of paper here, where you sort of choose a word, so, and then you have to guess letters, so you'd perhaps go through the vowels. And then if you get one wrong, so say there's no B, you have to sort of draw a figure. I hope that you're familiar with that word game. And so you sort of get all your guesses until you get the words. And if you're struggling and you think, oh no, I've used up all of my guesses. We've got hats, we've got shoelaces, we've got fingernails, and I still can't get, then perhaps somebody could give you a clue and say, well, it means agitated. And then you think, oh yes, it's agitato. And so you could use those little word games to help you, whatever it takes. It really is just a matter of doing some revision. I'm going to get a few opportunities to do that over the following couple of lessons. I hope this is helpful to your studies. Please do like and subscribe to stay updated. If you'd like to support this channel, you can buy me a coffee, and for advert-free lessons, you can become a patron. Do visit my website where you'll find many resources available to help you. Visit sharonbill.com. Thanks for watching. Bye.